Good morning, everyone. So I'm going to be using this diagram to actually clearly explain to you guys, for women that are finding it difficult to conceive, when is the right time to conceive. And for those that are trying to prevent unwanted pregnancy, when is the right time to meet with their spouse without actually conceptions. Okay? So please clearly focus on this diagram while I explain. Now, once a woman starts seeing her menses, okay, any day that you start seeing your menses, that day is called day one of your menstrual cycle. Any day you start seeing your period is called day one of your menstrual cycle. Now, different women have different menstrual cycle. Some women can have as much as, a lot of women have a menstrual cycle of 28 days. This simply means that if we bring 100 women in this room and we test all of them, 50 to 60 of them will actually have a menstrual cycle of 28-day cycle, while the remaining 40% will have menstrual cycle that is slightly above 28 days, while half may have menstrual cycle that is slightly below 28 days. So not everyone will have a menstrual cycle of 28 days, and those that does not fall within 28 days menstrual cycle does not mean that they have problem. So you must understand that. So looking at this cycle now, you can see day 1 to day 5 is the time you're seeing your period, and day 5 to day 6 to day 11 is the time it's taking for your eggs to actually grow so that it can start coming out, while day 12 to day 16 is the time that if you meet with your spouse, you are likely going to get pregnant. I'm going to explain that. That is the main focus of today's teaching. Okay, so let us look at day 14. So this model, or this picture I'm using, is assuming that this woman is having a 28-day cycle. So if you're having a 28-day cycle, this picture fits in best to your description. But if your own is slightly above or below, I'm going to do that on the next lecture. So let's look at this woman who is having 28-day cycle. Look at day 14. Day 14 is the day that she is likely going to ovulate. That is why they specially painted it pink on this picture. Now, but I also want you to get, there's 2 things I want to teach you now, so that you can be able to follow me with this teaching I want to do now. The first thing is that you must know that when a woman releases an egg, when a woman releases an egg, that egg have chances of surviving for like 24 to 48 hours. So if a woman ovulated today now, that egg that was released today can actually stay alive for 24 to 48 hours. That is 1 day to 2 days before that egg, if no sperm, that egg can die. So understand that. Another thing I also want you to understand is that when a man also releases into a woman, when a man releases sperm into a woman, that sperm can also last for 24 to 48 hours. In fact, some people say it can even last up to 72 hours, which is 3 days. But scientifically, it has been proven that that sperm can last for 24 to 48 hours. This slightly varies from individuals. All right. So with these 2 knowledge I've said now, so let's say that you have met with your spouse, and your spouse releases a sperm into you at day 12. Remember that we said that a sperm that is released can stay for 24 to 48 hours. So when you meet with your spouse and your spouse releases into you on day 12, it means that that sperm can stay for like 2 days. And that 2 days is day 12, day 13, and day 14, which is the day that you're likely going to release an egg. And once you release an egg, that sperm is still alive. Then that sperm can actually meet with your egg and then turn to pregnancy. So let's say that you have ovulated on day 14th, but then you were not able to meet with your husband on that day 14th, but you met with your husband on day 15th. Remember that we said that the egg that you release, or that you ovulated, can stay for like 24 to 48 hours. So if you release an egg on the 14th and you didn't meet with your spouse on the 14th, that egg can be alive on the 15th. That egg can also be alive on the 16th. So that means if you meet with your spouse on the 15th, you can still get pregnant because that egg is alive. If you also meet with your spouse on the 16th, you can also be pregnant because that egg is still very much alive on the 16th. So if you understand this very well, that means that from the 12th to the 16th is not safe for you, because if a man releases a sperm on day 12, that sperm can be alive from day 12, day 13 till day 14 when this woman is likely going to ovulate, and that can turn to pregnancy. Or if a woman releases an egg on the 14th, that egg can be alive to wait for a sperm that is possibly coming on the 15th or on the 16th, and the pregnancy can occur. So if you understand these things, so outside this day 12 and till day 16th, any other time you are meeting with your spouse, you are just making fun, you guys are just having fun, it cannot likely going to turn